The sun was hot over the fields of Israel, but the tension in the air was hotter. Villages whispered of Philistine raiding parties. Swift, merciless, and well. Men worked their fields nervously, eyes darting to the hills, hands never far from whatever tool they could grab if the enemy came. There was no standing army, no walls, just farmers, shepherds, and craftsmen trying to survive. In one of these villages lived Shamgar, son of Anath. He was not a famous warrior. He did not wear bronze armor or carry a polished sword. His weapon was a simple oxgoad, a long, sturdy wooden pole tipped with iron on one end for prodding oxen and flat on the other for scraping plow blades. A farmer's tool, not a soldier's weapon. It was harvest season! Golden grain swayed under the breeze, ready for gathering. Shamgar's oxen pulled the plow steadily, the oxgoad tapping against their hides to keep them moving. Birdsong filled the air. Then, far off, came another sound. The unmistakable clink of armor, the guttural shouts of foreign tongues. Shamgar stopped. His eyes narrowed. Down the road! A cloud of dust rose. Beneath it, the gleam of weapons. Philistines. Shamgar's heart thudded. He could run, hide in the hills, hope they passed. But the road they were on led to the heart of his village. 2 homes, children, and people who could not fight. He looked at the oxgoad in his hands. It was just a stick. A farmer's stick! But Shamgar knew the truth. In the hands of a man whose heart burned for his people, even a stick could be a sword. The Philistine band approached. 30, 40. No! More! Armor glinted under the noon sun. Spears swayed in rhythm. Shamgar walked into the middle of the road and planted his feet. The first Philistine laughed. A farmer wants to play soldier. But before he could finish, the oxgoad whistled through the air, the iron tip striking with a sickening thud. The man crumpled. The laughter turned into shouts. The raiders surged forward. What followed was chaos. But not for his movements were sharp, deliberate. He jabbed with the iron tip, swung with the wooden shaft, blocked with quick shifts of his body. One fell. Then another. Then another. The road became a storm of dust, sweat, and shouting. Philistine armor clanged against the oxgoad's wood, but Shamgar didn't falter. His mind was laser-focused. No one gets past me. By the time the sun lowered, the dust had settled, and 600 Philistines lay scattered on the road. The survivors, those few who fled in terror, carried with them a story that would spread through Philistine towns. One man had stood alone and stopped an army with a stick. Shamgar leaned on his oxgoad, his breath heavy but steady. The weapon was dented, stained, but unbroken, much like the man himself. In the days that followed, Israel had rest. Farmers worked without fear. Children played in the open. And whenever someone passed that road, they remembered the day the village farmer became a deliverer. The story of Shamgar is told in a single verse in Scripture. But behind that verse is a timeless truth. God doesn't wait for the perfect weapon in the perfect hand. He takes what's already in your grip and uses it to change history. And so parents would tell their sons, never despise the tool in your hand, for in God's hands, it may one day save a nation.